passed away in hospital in Las Vegas with his wife Katherine, 88, by his side. His death comes 2 days after the anniversary of the death of his superstar son Michael, at the age of 9 years ago. Mr. Jackson's health had worsened in the past 2 weeks, and son Jermaine, 63, claimed his father's handlers had barred the family from seeing him. Jermaine said last week, "No one knew what was going on. We shouldn't have to beg, plead and argue to see our own father, especially at a time like this." But following an emergency meeting and pleas to Mr. Jackson's manager Charles Coupe, family members were granted access on Tuesday night, just a few hours before he died. Mr. Jackson guided 5 of his sons, Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, Marlon and Michael, to stardom as the architect of the Jackson 5. He secured a deal with Motown Records in 1969, which catapulted the group to global fame with hits such as I Want You Back and 1978's Blame It on the Boogie. But he came under fire when his children told of the severe physical and emotional abuse they suffered at his hands. In 2003, Mr. Jackson acknowledged his bullying and admitted cruelly punishing Michael. He said, "I whipped him with a switch and a belt. I never beat him. You beat someone with this stick." He remained unrepentant about the way he brought his children up, and, in a recent interview, said, "I'm glad I was tough because look what I came out with. I came out with some kids that everybody loved all over the world." Michael, dubbed the King of Pop, is one of the most successful artists in history, and his 1982 album Thriller is still the world's best-selling record. Younger sister Janet is a global star in her own right, with hits such as That's the Way Love Goes and Together Again. Mr. Jackson's close friend and lawyer Brian Oxman paid tribute. While accepting his brutality, he said, "Joe was a strong man who acknowledged his own imperfections and heroically delivered his sons and daughters from the steel mills of Gary, Indiana, to worldwide pop superstardom." Mr. Jackson's contributions to the history of music are enormous, he added. Meanwhile, Mr. Jackson's grandson Taj hit back at critics on social media, writing, "Disgusted by some of the comments I'm reading about my grandpa Joe by those who didn't even know him. Joe was loved by our entire family and our hearts are in pain. Let us grieve without the nastiness." Mr. Jackson is survived by wife Katherine, sons Jackie, 67, Tito, 64, Jermaine, Marlon, 61, and Randy, 56, and daughters Rebby, 68, Latoya, 62, and Janet, 52, and Giovanni, 43. His daughter with mistress Cheryl Terrell.